Before my novels were published, I didn't think much about 1 or 2 star reviews. I mostly fantasized about the 5-star reviews I was hoping to get. It wasn't that I thought I wasn't gonna get any 1 or 2 star reviews, it's just not what I wanted to think about. But then my first novel came out and the 1 stars started coming. So here's where that journey took me and how I view 1-star reviews now. Let's go. My first ever 1-star review was one that I saw before my book had even come out. Something I didn't even know before I published my first novel is that advanced reader copies, or ARCs, commonly called galleys, you may have heard them called that, these are sent out not just to reviewers at magazines and newspapers, but also just to readers who use apps like Goodreads. Goodreads, by the way. Goodreads is the place where authors are brought to be slaughtered. I did not know that before either. A solid couple of months before my novel came out, I saw that I had started getting Goodreads reviews. And believe it or not all of them were glowing. My favorite, I don't remember whether it was 1 or 2 stars, to be honest, but it only had one word in the review itself. Meh. M-E-H. Not even a full sentence, no punctuation, just meh. I'll be honest. These days, when I first have a book come out, I still can't help myself. I read these early reviews. I don't keep reading them for months and months, but for the first couple of weeks that they appear, I can't resist logging in and clicking on it. And of course the positive ones roll right through my brain without sticking, while the ones that are, meh, are chiseled in stone. And listen, the reasonable part of me knows that, of course, there are negative reviews. There are negative reviews of all books, even the very best ones, the classics that most people in the world absolutely adore and would go to bat for. Sometimes it helps me, though, to actually look at those. For example, one of my favorite recently published novels is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. It's so good. If you haven't read it, go get it. Many other people agree with me. It has 45,000 reviews as of when I'm recording this, averaging almost 5 stars on Amazon. But even Gabrielle has gotten a couple of single stars. I clicked on them just for the purpose of sharing, in this video. One reads, "I can't believe I suffered through this whole book, but I kept thinking it had to be better, and it didn't. I'm just glad this book is over," which made me laugh. I always love the 1-star reviews that complain about how the book never got better, and yet you can tell that the reader finished it. Another 1-star review of hers read, "I never write reviews, but I'm immensely sorry I bought this book. I tried so hard to look past all the political wacky wokeness, but every chapter seemed to hit you like a wet towel slapping you across the face. Refund, please." And for an older example, here are a couple of 1-star reviews of Crime and Punishment. "Rubbish," someone wrote. "Nothing else." Sort of like my meh. And then another one read, "This book is despicable and could only be called a classic because it's old. 1 star." Okay, please don't email me saying you also hate Crime and Punishment. That's not the point. Not every book is for everyone. So admittedly, yes, when I read my bad reviews, my knee-jerk reaction is still some mix of sadness, anger, maybe I binge on Oreos or something. But when I take the time to really reflect, I am able to access a bigger truth, and that's what I want to share with you now. I know that I'm not writing this book, whatever book it is, for everyone, just like I'm not a person who everyone is going to like or want to be friends with. I, as a person, am not for everyone. Everyone in the world is not going to like me, nor should they. That would be weird. It would be weird if everyone on earth would want to be my friend if they knew me. It would mean that I was being fake to some people, right? And catering to what I thought they wanted. And even then, I don't think it would work. It's impossible. The same is true of your book. You're not writing this book for everyone. And there's actually no such thing as a universally pleasing book. Everyone doesn't love Moby Dick. Everyone doesn't love The Sun Also Rises, or Beloved, or Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Yeah, 3 tomorrows. Because there's no such thing as objectively good in literature. Literature is entirely subjective, which I find to be a beautiful thing, because it means as the reader, we get to play an essential role in defining what good is. It makes the merit of a book more of a 2-way street than a 1-way street, right? It's a relationship. So this is a relief to me as a writer, to know that I, as the writer, am writing to communicate to a certain group of readers and not to all readers. Maybe that's a small group of readers, maybe it's a big group of readers, but that's actually out of my control because that's not the part I get to decide. I think once we kind of accept that, then it becomes easier to say, okay, well then who specifically am I writing for? Who should I picture? And my favorite answer to this question for myself has been me. I write the book that I want to read. So what if you did that? What if you wrote the book that you want to read? Toni Morrison said this, and probably others have too. She said that she wrote the book she wanted to exist, and she did this over and over. The cool thing is that if you like it, it probably will captivate others too. Just not everyone, because that was never the goal or even possible. Speaking of writing, are you writing a book or do you want to write a book? Because if so, I would love to hear from you. When I'm not writing, my mission is to help writers write their dream books. And if you're curious to know more, I have a free video walking you through my 4 notebooks method for writing a novel. You can get it and my free template for using the 4 notebooks method by applying for my program, the Book Incubator, a 12-month MFA alternative. The application is just 2 questions. It'll take you under 5 minutes. I just ask you to tell me a little bit about you and your book idea. Go to thebookincubator.com or the link below. I hope to hear from you.